Happy Equinox. The equinox became exact at 8:43 a.m. New York time, which is 12:43 Greenwich Mean Time yesterday on Sunday, September 22nd, 2024. Each time the season turns, it is a cause for celebration. In the pagan traditions, the autumnal equinox in the northern hemisphere is called Mabon. It is a festival celebrating the middle of harvest season, a time to give thanks for and to indulge in the abundance of crops available to consume. You can take this literally and indulge in healthy fall fruits and vegetables like squashes and apples. Also, you can take this figuratively and give thanks for all of the abundance in your life right now. Look in your refrigerator. Is it full of food? Visit your local supermarket. Is it teeming with aisles and aisles of delicacies from around the world? This is really quite a miracle if you think about it, but we often take it for granted. There are billions of people around the world who can barely afford to feed themselves and their families, and even then they may only be able to survive by eating a meager diet of rice or junk processed foods. There are millions of people under the dark influence of war right now. Do you have friends or family in your life right now? And I know you want more friends and a new family, but on this equinox, give thanks for the friends and family that you do have. Most of our soul lessons are worked out in the context of relationships. No one comes into your life by accident. So give thanks to God, Source, Universe, Creator, for all the social connections in your life, be them in person or online. A great practical exercise you can do to honor this eclipse is to make a gratitude journal or list. Write down at least 20 things you're grateful for. They can be literally anything. And this can even become a daily practice if you'd like. Finding the balance in your life. On the equinox, day and night are of approximately equal length everywhere on the planet. And this only happens twice a year. So on this celestial event of day and night being in perfect harmony, ask yourself if you are in equal, perfect harmony. If you had to guess which side of you is more dominant, the intuitive, emotional, divine feminine side, or the logical, practical, divine masculine side. And also, which side of you requires more healing? The shadow masculine, which can manifest as over-aggressiveness, greed, narcissism, or impatience, or the shadow feminine, which is martyrdom, codependency, playing small, afraid to say no, being directionless. Take some time now to contemplate and journal on, if you'd like, how you can improve the balance between your masculine and feminine sides. Does your physical life feel like it is in balance? For light workers, it is often more comfortable for us to engage in meditation and spiritual practices, but our grounded 3D life can remain out of sorts. If you want to truly make it to the fifth dimension, be able to stay there consistently, you'll need to get your 3D life in order so it naturally becomes a 5D life. Here are some other equinox-themed questions of self-inquiry that you can ask yourself, and it might be helpful to journal on these. And if you go to the description box, you'll see that there's the link to the article version of this podcast where you can see all the journal questions written out for you. Am I as grounded as I am idealistic? Do I spend as much time taking care of my present time earthly responsibilities as I do meditating, reading spiritual books, or doing other spiritual things? Or conversely, am I not allowing enough time for myself to focus on my spiritual life? Do I spend enough time expressing myself artistically or creatively on a consistent basis? Am I taking the best care of my physical body? Does my diet need to be cleaned up? Am I drinking the cleanest water? Am I exercising daily? Am I sleeping enough? Are there any health issues I need to address? Am I balancing time spent on social media or my phone with time spent outdoors connecting with nature? Do I spend as much time appreciating all that I have now as I do dreaming of having more, desiring more, or being jealous of those who have more? Do I spend as much time loving myself as I do giving love to others? Do I spend enough time taking care of myself? Do I spend too much time taking care of others? Do I give and receive equally? Do I allow myself to relax to balance out the time I spend working hard? If I had to guess, which side of me needs most of my attention right now? Is it the physical, the mental, the emotional, or the spiritual? Which areas of my life feel the most out of balance? Which areas feel the most in balance? What steps can I take in the near future to bring more balance to the parts of my life that feel out of balance? What plan can I make for the far future to experience a more complete balance and optimization between all areas of my life? And if you'd like to really dive in and work on balancing all areas of your life, I'd recommend checking out my Creating the 5DU Masterclass. The link is in the description box below. Sun enters Libra. The equinox marked the moment the sun moved into Libra. Libra is a cardinal air sign. A cardinal sign signals the beginning of a season. Libra is in charge of welcoming in autumn in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern. As tropical astrology was created to align the signs with the northern hemisphere seasons, it makes sense that fall is ruled by an air sign, with the leaves flying through the air and the wind blowing, foretelling the soon return of winter. Libra is represented by the glyph of a scale, demonstrating the need for balance and harmony as one of the irreplaceable facets of a healthy life. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and relationships. Libra is associated with relationships, including romantic and familial, and diplomacy, fairness, and balance. It is the ruler of the 7th house, which is the house of partnerships, governing, as you might guess, relationships and partnerships. During Libra season, we have the opportunity to create balance and harmony in all areas of life. We want to focus on harmonizing with others, especially in the context of partnership. It is also the perfect time to make amends where amends need to be made. And this is even more true now with us being in eclipse season, in the middle of 2 eclipses, and the next eclipse being the Libra eclipse. Wishing you a happy equinox and a blessed Mabon. With love, this is Matthew John. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please remember that my new and full moon updates are always found on the Higher Self channel, and the link to the Higher Self channel is in the description box below. And also you can find all of the podcasts, of course, on Spotify or any of your favorite podcast platform. I have a deadline coming up that you should be aware of. Those of you that have heard about, or maybe some of you haven't yet, my upcoming Peru Retreat, my first international retreat, and it's going to be an epic one. We're going to spend between 8 and 10 days, based on the option you choose, traveling in Peru, experiencing all of the most spiritual places, experiencing activations with me, UFO watching, trance channelings, sessions with Kiro shamans, traveling on horseback to the Temple of the Moon, discovering Aramumuru, that big door in the rocks, and so much more. And if you want to join in, we have a really important deadline coming up on Tuesday, October 1st. So let me tell you what's happening Tuesday, October 1st. It's the cutoff date for the early bird enrollment. And the early bird enrollment is really important because you save 20% on the entire retreat, whether you do the 8-day or the 10-day option. And this is a little bit more expensive a retreat than my domestic retreats for obvious reasons. And the 20% makes a huge difference. And it doesn't require you to pay in full. It just is a deposit. So It's a $1,000 deposit if you want to do the 8-day option. If you want to do the full 10 days, it's $1,250. I have options for single and double occupancy. You do save if you do double occupancy. And this is just going to be so epic. I'm so excited for this Peru retreat. Let me go over the schedule with you, okay? We start on May 24th, and it starts with an airport pickup, greetings from the Inca King and Queen, a welcome luncheon with live band and Quechuan dancers. We set the stage for the week with a 2-hour satsang from me, dinner with live music, a 2-hour trance-channeling session with me, and then snacks and conversation or optional spa treatment before bed. Day 2, May 25th, breakfast, morning qigong with one of my assistants, a group past life regression session, which is so cool, lunch, and then a guided tour of the Saskatchewan archaeological site on horseback, including, yes, going to the Temple of the Moon on horseback. We come back to the hotel, dinner with live music, and then at night, a 90-minute satsang gallery-style mediumship with me. And then snacks and conversation or optional spa treatment before bed. Day 3, breakfast, morning yoga with one of my assistants, group energy healing session working with the angel team that I work with, lunch. Then we explore a Pisac archaeological site in Napa Church known for its ancient energy. We come back for dinner and live music, snacks and conversation, and group UFO watching that night. Day 4, breakfast, morning qigong with my assistant. We visit for the whole day a Quechua village with a Quechuan speaking guide, including traditional lunch, traditional weaving, traditional farming, and giving gifts to the kids. We come back to the hotel for dinner with live music. We do a group starseed discovery session that evening after dinner. Yes, a group journey to our home planets. It's so cool. And then winding down with snacks and conversation or optional spa treatment. Day 5, May 28th, after breakfast, a full day Machu Picchu excursion includes a guide, a train, meals, and getting to hike around all of Machu Picchu. And I am going to be doing some powerful activations working with the extraterrestrials for the group on Machu Picchu. So it's going to be absolutely incredible. May 29th, that's day 6, breakfast, and then a full day excursion to the Andahuaylas Church, the Sistine Chapel of South America, and the UFO Museum. We get to see both. Dinner with live music, and then snacks, live music, and stargazing at night. Day 7, May 30th, breakfast, morning yoga with my assistant, a beautiful satsang, powerful, discovering your deepest purpose with me. And then after lunch, you'll get to experience both a private reading with me, face-to-face in Peru, and you'll get to do a reading with a Kiro shaman as well. And everyone will get to experience both. Dinner with live music, and then a really cool satsang with me at night about ascending to the 5th dimension, and then snacks and conversation or optional spot treatment to wind down. Day 8, May 31st, breakfast, stepping in your highest timeline in the morning, a street food excursion and a Cusco City tour, San Pedro Market for souvenirs. For those of you that are only doing the 8-day option, you'll have a transfer to the airport in Cusco. And for those of you that are coming on the 10-day option, we will be flying, and the flight is included to Puno that day on May 31st. Hotel in Puno the night of May 31st. And then day 9, we have a full day excursion after breakfast to to Lake Titicaca, which is the sacral chakra of planet Earth, one of the most important and most powerful places on planet Earth. We're going to do really important grid work as a group there, and we get to experience it by boat, meals, come back to the hotel, and then we finish off with, on day 10, the very famous Aramumuru. Excuse me if I didn't pronounce it correctly, but the big door that you might have seen on Ancient Aliens that was recently discovered, carved into the rocks. It's a full-day excursion to discover that, and believe you me, we'll do some powerful connecting with the extraterrestrials there. And then a transfer to the airport in Puno, and you can fly out from there. So everything is included in your tuition. Okay, you can see all the details for the 8-day version in the link. The link is in the description box below. And then also I've added the itinerary for the extension below that. And everything's included, including your accommodations, your meals, all of the excursions, all of the satsangs with me, the private sessions with myself and the Kiro Shaman, all the yoga sessions, Qigong, etc. Everything except for your airfare to Cusco and your airfare either from Cusco or Puno back to wherever you're going. And if you look at the prices for flights to Peru, they're really reasonable. It's like cheaper than flying to Hawaii in most cases. So the flights aren't bad at all for most places in the U.S. And also the only other thing not included are tips and the a required fee to the government of Peru to explore Machu Picchu. But other than that, it's an all-inclusive retreat. Again, single and double options for your accommodations. And it's a really, really nice hotel. Really nice. There's pools and there's fountains and the food is amazing. So I'm working with a tour company in Peru run by an American who was so inspired about Peru that she moved down there and started her own tour company. And she works mostly with Americans like myself to put together incredible tours like this, retreats for spiritually minded people like you. So I've got a ton of signups already, but I've got unlimited room. There's really no cap to how many people we can bring. So if you're interested, come on, come join. It's going to be the experience absolutely of a lifetime. Those of you that have been on my retreats, we just had one recently at Light on the Hill in New York. It was awesome. And some of you are at the Mount Shasta one. Some of you are going to Sedona. My retreats are awesome, as you know. This is going to be like next level. So if you're interested, email me, youaredivinehuman@gmail.com, youaredivinehuman@gmail.com. And if you're interested in the retreat, but you want to chat with me about it before you put down a deposit, absolutely, I would love to. Let's schedule a time to chat over the phone later this week, and we'll go over all the details, answer all your questions. I'll spend as much time with you as you'd like. Again, email me to set up a free consultation. Or if you're ready to put down your deposit, ditto, email me, youaredivinehuman@gmail.com. youaredivinehuman@gmail.com. And my email is also in the description box below. All right, everyone. So I will be speaking to you upcoming on the solar eclipse in Libra. And you can find that podcast over on the Higher Self channel when that comes out. And I will have a really special brand new episode of The Stars Align coming up within the next week or so as well. So you can look forward to that. That's going to be a really special one. There's an activation, a really powerful activation included in that one. So you can look forward to that coming up as well. And also remember, Ascending as One resumes in October. All the information is in the description box as well. So until next time, everyone, please remember to be kind to yourself, to be kind to others, to be kind to animals, and to be kind to the earth. With love, this is Matthew John.